Let me clear my throat. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I'm a little raspberry. Alright. So here we go. This is okay. IG Live. Instagram Live. Oh. Cut me. For the first time, we're mixing this IG Live with Twitter Space. We're gonna see how it goes. Alright, so how do we do this? Let me do this Twitter Space. This is new. Alright. Okay. Alright. Got it. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna get this thing just right. Alright, some people are like, why are you taking so long? Dude, this is not YouTube. It's Instagram. Gotta let people get in here. Alright, man. Give it a few moments. We're gonna let the people get in here tonight. Understand that at the same time that I'm running this, and I got the nerve to run this show late on CPT time, when I know my Eagles are playing at 7:30. I really want to see the first series, but I want to see the whole game. We got about less than 10 minutes before kickoffs. So I'm going to be watching a big screen here. And so if my eyes get taken away, you know why. But let me focus and be professional. Alright. So a few more moments. We got a couple bodies up in here on the RG Live. And let's see how it goes. Give me 1 second. We in here. So I'm gonna hold this up to me, the iPhone, the wife's iPhone, so I can see how it goes. Check 1 2, like I'm in a studio. Give it a couple minutes, but even before we get to that, I don't know if you guys seen the title, but yes, the title is exactly what it says. Exactly what it says for the title tonight. Are Nigerians hateful against Black Americans? Or Black Americans hateful against Nigeria? Who's at fault? Which one is it? Because you guys here, I know a lot of you guys probably got a Twitter. And I haven't been on Facebook in the longest, but I'm pretty sure it's the same over there. When we talking about this FBA, keep the tribe, and we got our African brothers and sisters going against the Black American brothers and sisters. I really want to know where it's coming from. I really want to know your points of view and how you feel about it. Because when you're dealing with your own people, regardless of what you believe, we are one people. But regardless of how you separate us, there's going to be feelings and emotions involved. And I'm going to hear from you. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Like I said, tonight, I'm holding up the Twitter space right now. After being banned and rejoining Twitter, they wiped away everything. So, in the last week and a half that I'm on Twitter, I got 20 followers. So, let's get that up to 20,000 by the end of the year. We also got to get this IG up to 20 grand by the end of the year. Alright. Get a few more people and then we'll begin. And this is love, love, if I have not ever seen love. Don't mind me. Okay, I want to look up this terminology tether. It's tether. What is a tether? Tether from FBI. Okay. You know what? I can't even find this on Google. Okay. Couple more people. We'll start in a minute. Don't worry about it. I'll cut this off before it get uploaded. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Must not be that important because I can't even find it online. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's get it started. All right. We got a lot of people. We got a people filling up in here on IG Live, and that's what I'm talking about. Friday night. We do this every Friday night, and this is for the first time that we're doing it on Twitter Space. And got a few bodies in here already, but I'm gonna hold y'all before I bring y'all on. I just want to make sure when y'all come on that those on Twitter, they can hear y'all. So when y'all come on here on the IG Live, I'm gonna need y'all to speak up. I understand the time difference, but I'm gonna need you guys to speak up. So I'm hold it to mic. So on a Twitter Space, they can hear the whole conversation and what we're talking about. All right, let's get into it. Tonight, here on IG Live, the Marrying African Show, aka Marrying Ghana Show. There was a post that was made this afternoon for what the show's about, like we do every Friday. Every Friday night, we make a post and we let you guys know what the show's going to be about. Now, we're a little off topic for what we normally do with the dating show, with the girls and the guys and everything else. So we're a little off topic, but this correlates to a lot of things that we do on here, where our African sisters come over here on this show to open themselves up to possibilities of relationship as far as marriages with Black Americans. So tonight's show was titled, "What is going on with the culture today between Black Americans and Africans?" Is it, and I point out Nigerians for a reason, and you might say, why does he say Nigerians instead of Africans? The reason I do that is because, unfortunately, a lot of Black Americans are very ignorant. Whereas, whatever's going on in Nigeria in the news, they correlate that to all of Africa. So to a lot of people, where I come from, Nigeria is Africa. Even though I look at Africa as Kush, no subject. But a lot of people look at Nigeria as being the lead of Africa. In some ways, it's true. In some ways, it's not. And the way they look at it, it's not. So that's why I titled it, "Is it that Nigerians hate Black Americans or Black Americans hate Nigerians?" Now I have these discussions with my wives all the time. It's nothing new. The only thing that is new that we're bringing it to the forefront. We're bringing it here in front of you guys to let you know how we feel about it. Where do we start? Where do we start? Who's at fault? Do we start where Africans say that Black Americans are very ignorant to their plight Let me go on Twitter right now to show you what I'm saying. You know, I had a sister tell me that she's going to send $2. She thought I was an African, which I am, Black American, Black African American. But when I get called an African, to them it's an insult. I'm like, it's really not an insult the way that you think it should be. So while she's thinking that I'm an African, she's saying that she's going to send $2, $2 whole dollars, $2 whole dollars to me to feed my family. And all day, even today, the responses I get on Twitter about believing that I'm an African, pure blood African, talking about my dirty country, that I need to go back to my dirty country, that I need to go back to my mud huts and my animals running around. This is what Black Americans feel about Africa. They truly believe this, believe it or not. I'm going to read you a couple responses just recently in the last hour or so. These is all from today. This is from Wadia Maccabea or Wadia Maccabi. I don't know. Sound like an African name to me, but she claims she's a Black American. Her response to me for a particular post that I made was, "You are the one not qualified for it. Speaking of men who are qualified to be husbands and so forth. That's why your family fled over here." Your family fled over here means my family fled from Nigeria to America. So your family fled over here with us being Black Americans. So sorry your grandparents lived in a dirt hut 10 miles away from the river. So this is a response from a Black American sister of mine. She's so sorry that my grandparents, she assumes if I'm African, that I lived in a place where my grandparents and my parents grew up in 10 miles away from a river. I don't really think that growing up 10 miles away from a river is a bad thing. But I digress. This is another one from 11 hours ago, when I said that a lot of Black Americans don't get the bigger picture. Somebody responded, the bigger picture, they just don't care. I'm going to read it as they wrote it. The bigger picture, they just don't care. People from that dirty continent disrespecting us. So people from that dirty continent, being Africa, disrespecting us. But saying dirty continent is not disrespect at all. The audacity. Let's read one more. This is one that's getting a lot of play because it's being retweeted. Okay, that was my retweet. That was my post that was retweeted. Okay, another response. This got a lot of retweets. This was a dumb answer. Stop crying and build with the few people you like. Ain't an answer. Because I said stop complaining about those who don't like you and build with those who are willing to work with you. So the response again is, this was a dumb answer. Stop crying and build with the folks, with the few who like you. That was my thing. Ain't an answer. Black Americans have been building and continue to build alone. Pan-Africanism was never required for us to build. Your answer just proves we don't need it. So basically, you got a lot of Black Americans, my own people, are being taught that we don't need Africans. We don't need the resources. We don't need anything to build. Because we building on our own. We got it going on. Look at Jalen Hurts. We got it going on. What do we have going on? And when I say that, we haven't had a 1/6 of 60s, the 1960s. And ironically, the 60s is when Nigeria Ghana, Burkina Faso, and others in the West African continent was fighting for freedom. So these people were going to war toe to toe with the white supremacists. They went into battle with arms to kill and destroy, to remove these people from their lands, to get their independence. While we was going through the civil rights era at the same time, which, yes, is progressive. But yet, those same people was doing the civil rights. They done what they were supposed to. They done what's needed. But we get the black Americans who are making fun of the West Africans saying, okay, what did you do since the 1960s? Okay, West Africa went to war with the whites. There was bloodshed. In black America, the only bloodshed was black Americans shedding their blood, being killed by whites. So in West Africa, the blacks were shedding blood of the oppressor to kick them out. And in black America, it was blacks whose blood was being shed and not the oppressor. Yet they make fun of us. I'm saying us like I'm y'all. My kids are y'all. My kids are Africans. Black Americans at the same time. So I'm on the same plight as both. But the thing I'm here to say is that no one is better than the other. But when you got black Americans calling Africans tethers, saying that you're worthless, we don't need you, we've been building right here, we've been building without you. And I say to this, what have you built? From the same time in the 60s that I just mentioned, what have you built? Nothing. 2020 was the only time that I seen that there was a rising up to make a difference. But that died out pretty quickly after the George Floyd death. Died out very quickly. Then they get on the thing said, what about NSARS? What about NSARS? When I bring up police brutality, what's better about Africa than America for a black man? I don't have to worry about police brutality. Okay, what about NSARS? NSARS. I said that lasted for a matter of months. And the people rose up against it. And they made that system disband. But police brutality has been going on since the days of slavery. Since the days of Jim Crow. You still haven't fixed it. It only get worse. So how do you make fun of your African brothers and sisters, thinking that they haven't accomplished anything? Last I checked, Ghana GDP is up there with the best of them. Between 2017 and 2020, Ghana GDP was greater than all African countries. So I asked, where is Black America GDP? It's going down. The ability for Black Americans to make income and be financially stable is going down, when a lot of African countries are going up. And I'm not saying this to say that one is better than the other. I'm not. I'm saying that we're all in a fight. We're all dealing with oppression, whether it's from our government or from a people who are not us. We all deal with the same thing. Nothing is different. I'll get to you in a second. Nothing is different. But in 1 minute, I know somebody else was coming on, so we're gonna bring you on, Jenny. And happiness, let you come on first. Happiness, let you come on first. So I see you trying to get on. Go ahead, click it, and get on. I believe that this is Happiness from Nigeria. And we got Slaney from, I think you from Ghana, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, y'all guys join in a minute. Let her come on first.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Who am I speaking with?
Okay, so you're speaking with Happiness Ukot.
Do I know you?
I was on your show sometime around April.
You was on, oh, that's when we first started the show. back in April.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice being back here.
I don't remember your face, but it's cool though. Um, so happiness. You're calling from
Yeah.
Nigeria, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I could tell by the way you look, so you can always tell my people. All right. Happiness. How old are you?
I'm 22.
All right. Do you remember what we talked about the last time you was on the show?
Yes, definitely.
What was it?
Okay, I think it was something that had to do if it's the pastors in our church, well if they
Oh,
encourage women to be is a kind of respectful to their husband or something like that.
so it was
And I was
about
trying to fight for
something about
women
not trusting
rights.
your
So
pastors.
yes, something like that.
Yeah, we did a couple of shows like that, but we definitely got to get back into that show because that was the last time that the YouTube generated like thousands of views before they just cut us off. But that's on my part.
Wow.
All right,
Sorry about
got it.
that.
Sure. All right. So happiness. We're talking here tonight, and we're talking about something that's been going on for a while. We could take this
Okay.
back as far as the '60s, and if you understand what I'm talking about, we're talking about what's going on right now with the diaspora wars, as they call them. Is it the problem that Nigerians hate Black Americans or Black Americans hate Nigerians? What's going on? Who's at fault?
Actually, I can't really say that Nigerians hate Black Americans. I can't really say that. I feel to some extent that we Nigerians we feel insecure when it comes to do with this issue of Black Americans. You get, like, to some extent we feel like there's some kind of certain liberty that they are at which we are not at, and it makes us feel like so insecure about ourselves, and we like try to do everything within our power to be just like them. So I can't really say that we Nigerians we hate Americans, Black Americans. I can't say that.
All right, so you said a word. You said that insecurity, that Nigerians,
Yeah.
are we talking about the men or the women or collectively?
Collectively, both gender.
All right. I disagree on the women part, but I'm going to go with you. Um,
Okay, well, can I ask why you disagree on the women part?
because I feel like, if anything, I feel like Nigerian women are too prideful at sometimes, that they
Wow.
overvalue themselves. And
Okay,
go
I
ahead.
think you shouldn't like make it a general judgment, like all Nigerian women. You can say some, which to some extent I kind of agree with you if you're saying some Nigerian women. And I also disagree with you if you say all Nigerian women. Because I know most Nigerian women out there, they are not as proud as you think they are
All
when
right.
it comes to dealing
I've had
with
three.
Black
I've had three
Americans.
fiancés in Nigeria while I was living in Nigeria. Lived in
Okay?
Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria for years. I've been around a lot of women, dealt with a lot of Nigerians. Maybe I'm speaking from my own experiences, and maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
what I
think so. You are.
attracted. Yeah, maybe that's what I attracted. So you being around for longer than I am, I'm going to listen to you. And but if that's the case, I want you to explain in detail what is it that you see, because you said that they feel inferior to Black Americans. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you're speaking to the point that because Black Americans are the tone setters, that we set the tone for everything around the world. And as they say, if Black Americans say this is hot, everybody else says it's hot, and everybody else follows suit. If we say this is weak or what, nobody else wants to do it. And that's when you see a lot of these challenges online, this, that, and the other. But a lot of that stuff start with Black Americans. But a lot of it is not productive. And we're going to get to that point. We're going to get to that last. So let me stick with the first part. Why do you see that? or what do you see in Nigerian women that they do to show you that they feel inferior to African American women?
Okay, when it comes to, because initially I was talking about like both gender, but now if I'm to close down only to the women, I looking at the black is it black African or black Americans, like black
Whatever you
Americans,
want to
right?
say it is. You can say Black American,
Okay,
African American, blacks, whatever.
okay. When we look at the black American women, there are so many things, like so many leverages that they enjoy that we women in Africa we don't get to enjoy. In Nigeria precisely we don't get to enjoy. Okay, come to think about uh okay, in America or maybe other Western countries, most women, like if they are allowed to own businesses of their own, like they don't really have that like competition, like not like let me not say competition. How would I put this? The men are not really on that truth when it comes to like owning a business of their own. But here in Nigeria, if a woman owns a business, like a business that is blooming, you get, people start questioning what is behind the success of this woman. But the black American women, like it, they've come to embrace it that this is their way of life. A woman can own a business in America and she's not questioned about it. But in Nigeria, they make it feel like it's only the men that are meant to be successful, while the women are not. And this become a challenge to women because we're trying to fight for equal rights, like to be as successful as the men, but we are not giving that right to some extent, though. Like I think presently, currently, to some extent women are like doing very well when it comes to career wise, they are doing very well, but yet to some extent there's a restriction that is being laid on the level at which women can succeed, you get, because I think there are some parts in Nigeria that women are not allowed to own houses up till now. You're
Own
not
what?
allowed to own land. What?
Own land.
Yes, you're not allowed to own a landed properties. You're not allowed to
I've
build
never
your
heard
own
that.
house. They feel
I've never heard that before. Women do own land.
there are
They own land
parts in
just like
Nigeria that still believe in that. There are
but
parts of
that's not
Nigeria that
law.
still believe
That
in
is not
that.
law.
That is what I'm saying. It's not constitutionally like based on the constitution. We are all allowed to own a land. Like women are allowed to own landed properties. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do. But some traditional beliefs, some traditional rights and beliefs, like those communities, they don't allow women to own land, to own properties. They restrict it to only the men because they feel the women are going to be fighting for rights, you
So
get, with the men.
so you believe that women in Nigeria should have equal rights as far as men?
Yes, we are meant to have equal rights as far as the men.
Okay, can I ask you
We
this?
are.
I'm not going to say that I disagree or agree. I'm going to ask you this. When equal rights came to America, has it done, has it benefited or has it helped destroy America?
Well, I can't really say from my experience because I haven't been to America before.
All right,
But I
what's more
can say
important?
based
What's
on,
more important, family or business?
sorry,
What's more important, family or business?
which is more important to, I think family is more important.
Okay, if that's more important, we're going to stick with just Black America. That's what we're talking about now. In Black America,
Okay.
as you said, women have equal rights now, so they say. So Black women are building businesses at a high rate. Black women are being put in positions that Black men are not, but that's by design. I think that's another subject. I don't want to get too detailed because in order to understand it, you have to be a Black American. So Black women are being put in positions as men are or should have in order to dilute the family structure. So when Black women gain their, as you said, equal rights, that they started building businesses, they started getting loans that Black men weren't this and the other. And they started being highly educated, as a lot of you women want to be highly educated, go out, get your business this and the other. what that did,
Yeah,
that made the black woman um, alienate from her family, from, how should I say, her family responsibilities. So more black women have
it,
businesses, but yet the one thing that follows that, that black women have children out of wedlock at a rate of 88%. Having children out of wedlock at a rate of 88% because now you're a business owner and you think you are equal to men. Now you can do what men do. Now there's no family structure. When there's no family structure, there's a breakdown in society. When there's a breakdown in society, crime rate goes up. In Black America, the crime rate is out of control because now these women who have these businesses or going out, working on their own, having their own apartment, having their own house, having their own home, which y'all wanted to have, but y'all still sleeping with men. So when you sleep with men, you get pregnant. You get pregnant, child is out of wedlock. You don't marry. You have another child from another man, then another child from another man. Now you have all these baby daddies. No man in the house. Now you got all these kids
okay.
running around. Go ahead.
I feel it's solely on the people's mentality, the women you're dealing with. It's solely based on the person's mentality. There are most women out there that still believe in being a successful businesswoman and still being a successful homekeeper, a successful wife, like carrying
No,
out
no, 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 no,
a
no.
family
Let me cut
responsibility
you off. Let me cut you off there.
equally.
No, in Black America, women, the fact that they're business owners or go out and so-called get theirs, they feel that they don't need to be a wife. They feel that the man is beneath them. So that's what
That's what I'm trying to
destroys
say.
a whole
It
lot of.
depends on how the persons
Oh,
think.
we're talking.
It depends on how
Once
they
again,
think.
if you say we're talking about depending on the person, we're talking about 88% of the people. So 88% have babies out of wedlock. Who are these same women you're talking about?
I feel most of these women that according to what you're trying to explain, most of these women that feel they're like they're better off on their own. Okay, how would I put this? So far, women have been fighting for equal rights. So far. And when to some extent this equal rights is being established, most of them tend to believe that, well, they've gotten their equal rights so they can do it on their own. Because
Are women
from
qualified to lead
experience, most
themselves?
people have gone through
Are women
hell,
qualified?
and
Are
they
women?
feel they don't want to go through the same hell in a
Let me
man's
ask you:
hand.
are women qualified to lead themselves and lead a family?
To lead a family.
Lead themselves or even lead a family? Are women qualified to do that by nature that God made them?
Sorry, rephrase that.
Are women by nature, by the way God created man, God created women? Are women by nature have the ability to be leaders and lead families successfully?
Yes, they do.
Tell me where you find that at.
Okay, well, there's no biblical backup
No,
for that because
there is.
God put
No,
Adam
there
in
is.
charge of
No,
everything.
let's back it up. Black America. We already talked about it. You said it yourself. Black women in Black America are leaders now. They're leading families and they're leading themselves. What is the outcome?
That's the thing. No,
No,
not
no, it
because
is.
the
What is the outcome of Black America? Is it successful or is it a failed experiment?
it's not really a failed experiment,
Tell me
and it's
how
not a
successful.
so successful
Where's the
experiment
success in it?
either.
There are no black families. There are no husband and wives and children. That don't exist in Black America.
But if you
There,
actually look around you still see successful family with successful business women, right? There are
no,
family that have women that are successful both in business and in their family.
we're talking about Black America, the majority, nearly 90%. We're not going to talk about the 12% because 12% don't move a community. It doesn't make anything happen. So if
I
the
know.
community is in poverty and the community is suffering from crime, that teenagers are killing teenagers, the crime rate, blacks are killing blacks at an alarming rate. Poverty, black boys in this day and time can't even read. You got teenagers who are reading on a fifth grade level in Black America. So tell me where the success is from in the last 20 years, that in the last 20 years in Black America, Black women have been leading. So tell me where the success is.
I think actually to some extent things have really gone down south. You get, things have really gone down south because um most of the 80% of these women you're talking about, they just want to like be able to exercise that right. You get, they feel the men have this right, and them too, they are supposed to have this equal right. And now that they have it, they feel they have to exercise it to the very, very most, like the best they can. And this is where things are going wrong.
You
Things
know
are
who that
really
sound
going
like?
down south here.
You know who that sound like?
What?
You ever read the first couple of books in Genesis with Adam and Eve?
Yes, I am.
And Eve wanted equal rights to Adam?
Was it really Eve wanting an equal right, or she
If
was
it
being
wasn't equal
deceived
rights, tell me
into?
what it was. Tell me what it was. If it wasn't equal rights, because Adam was her authority figure, but she came to Adam wanting to be his authority.
Did
You,
she?
I'm going to guess this. You believe in the Bible, right?
I do. You know that I do.
Okay, so do the Bible says that it wasn't Adam, but it was Eve who was deceived when they talk about the authority.
It
So
was Eve that
the
was
very Bible
deceived.
that you believe in, God has already maintained that women are not qualified to lead. But when when women do lead, there will be destruction and chaos and disorder because it's outside of the order of God. So everything that we're talking, no, listen, everything that we're talking about now, we're talking about something it's outside of God's order. We have women in Black America who are leading, and the men on the bottom, and the whole community is in chaos. You know that. You know Black America's in chaos. You know that. It's outside of the order of God. But at this very moment that you see that Black America is as the example, you're saying, even though that is in chaos and it's outside of God's order, I want to do that too. I want to follow in those footsteps in order to have the same outcome.
Okay, so if I should understand this right now, you're trying to tell me that because God put Adam in place from the beginning, it means that men are put in place both outside their home and in their home. So the women don't have any rights outside their homes.
I never said that. I said
Okay, because
there's a
what
order.
I'm trying to explain here is that a woman can be a leader in a career, in a business, and still be a submissive woman in her family to
Okay,
her husband.
okay, I agree with that. Dr. G, I bring up Dr. G.
Yes.
I bring this. It's this lady here, this white lady called Dr. G, medical examiner. She's a 8-figure earner, make millions of dollars. Her husband don't make anywhere near she does. She always maintained, I'm Dr. G when I'm here, but as soon as I go home, I'm such and such wife. So I got to go back to my wifely duties. Yes, I agree with that. But answer me this. In Black America, or even in Nigeria, or even in Africa, when women get on a certain plateau, do you see them saying, hey, I earned this amount and I earn more than you. So even though I earn more than you, I'm still going to go back to my submission role when I come home and do my wifely duties. You don't see that. So you're using something that don't exist. No, but you know what I'm saying is true, do you not?
No, here in Nigeria, I see a lot of that. Here in
But you
Nigeria, I
see,
see a
that's
lot of that. My
everywhere.
parents are a very good example.
That's everywhere. So if that's the case, it goes back to my point that women are not able to lead themselves because the minute they get put in that position, they show that they can't lead themselves because they get out of order. When you get out of order, there's no satisfaction. But what do you see with these so-called women business owners? You see the majority of them being single.
Okay, so why do I feel like you're trying to
Do you see the majority of them being single? Yes or no?
sorry?
Do you see the majority of them being single?
If it's in
Yes or no?
America, like Black American, I don't really know about that. But here in Nigeria, majority of them are married.
All right.
They're not single.
Well, Black America, like you said, they're single. Let's go back. Let's stick to what you said about Nigerian women being in that position. When they're in that position, are the men more likely weak men that they can order around and tell what to do?
How will I put this? A man can't believe he's weak unless he chose a man can be seen to be weak unless he believes he is weak. That is what I believe.
No.
You
Well,
can't say you can't
that's a
believe
false
you're
belief.
weak unless you choose to.
That's a
Because
false
not
belief.
because you're
That's a false
hold
belief.
on. No, sorry, please excuse me. Not because your wife is making, let me say, six figures and you're making just five. You then feel like you don't have any authority, like any right to make decisions in your family. No.
Hold up. If the man making
You were
five
put
figures, is he
you
making
were
six?
put as the head of that family for a reason.
If the man
No
making
matter
five
the
figures,
amount
then he
of
don't
money
care
your
what
wife
she
is
said.
making, she's still submissive to you.
But again, that does not happen.
In Nigeria, it does.
Okay. So what is it? Happiness, right?
Yeah.
So if you go out and make 7, 8 figures or whatever it is, and your man making half of what you make, you're going to be going home to a man who doesn't make that much. And you're going to be like, okay, I make this and I'm paying the majority of the bills. We live in this house because of me. I got this car because of us. But I'm going to go home and be submissive to him, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Okay. Can I say this? Can I say this?
No, no,
Okay,
no.
take for an
Let
instance
me
now.
finish though. Let me just
Yeah,
finish.
I'm trying.
Just
I,
say yes or no.
I
That's
want
what
to
you're going
ask
to
you a
say.
question.
Yes or no?
I want to ask you a question right now based on what you
No,
say.
no, fuck. I'm gonna let you ask, but answer the question first. You don't answer a question with a question. Are you gonna say I'm still gonna go home and be submissive and listen to everything this man tell me? Yes or no?
Yes, I would.
Because you saw, I'm gonna take that as a no. All right.
I
But no, no, no,
said
no. Listen.
yes.
Even if that was a yes, okay. Now you're working in this
Can
corporation
I
that
explain why
you're
I said
you're
yes?
you're working in this corporation making all this money. Now you interact with other men who are up there, high profile men, standing like give me a Nigerian name. Give me a strong Nigerian name for a man.
Strong Nigerian name for a man. Let's say Emeka.
So a makeup is like happiness. We've been working together for 2, 3 years, and I see that you take care and provide for your family. You even provide for your husband. But me and Mickey, I've been looking at you, happiness, and you're a beautiful lady, and I would love to have you as my wife because we could become a power couple and we could do this because we understand each other. We understand each other. We on the same level. So you with me, nothing could stop us. We could run this world. We could run this industry. We could run everything. Me and you together, beautiful trips overseas, traveling the world, making babies that are going to become politicians, this and the other. You happiness are looking at it like what? Be honest.
Nah. You see, that's where men get it wrong. That is where men get it
Are you
wrong.
gonna are you gonna turn
It's cheap.
are you gonna
It's
turn a
cheap
Mexican down?
morals. You abandoning your family to go to
So
someone else just because you feel
I'm not
you
saying that
guys
it
are on the
is.
same
I'm saying
level
so
when
you're
it
gonna
comes
turn
to
a
money
Mecca.
terms.
So you're gonna turn a Mecca down and say no, I can't do it.
Yes, no, I can't do it because I've got morals. I've got respect for my husband and my
So you just
family.
gonna go
My
to the
children
hotel a
looks
few
up
times
to
with a
me.
Mecca and call it a day.
Sorry?
I said, so you're just gonna do a few rounds at the hotel with a Mecca to get it off with him and call it a day.
Not like I wouldn't
Why
give
you
any
smiling though? Then why
grounds.
you
I
smiling
wouldn't
so
give it
much?
any grounds to develop to even going few rounds in the hotel room. Never going to happen.
But why you smile when I said that?
Because no, it sounds weird. Seriously, it sounds weird.
All right. So
No, see, yeah, I believe one thing. You can't go into a marriage knowing like you can't go into the marriage if you're not certain about the financial status of your partner. Okay, take for an instance now. I'm a scientist. I get lucky to be employed by a company that pays me twice my husband pay based on my area of career. My husband is a lawyer because to some extent most lawyers don't really bloom in Nigeria. To some He's working with a firm that pays him just half of what I receive as my salary. Will you tell me that I would quit my job to take, like, I would quit my job, come home and become a housewife, or open a business that won't even give me up to what my husband makes in a month, just because I feel like okay, just because I would be thinking that he's feeling intimidated by what I make in the month? I don't think so. He chose his career. I chose my career separately. My career pays me twice his pay. That's not my fault. I worked hard for it. And I
Who
won't go
controls the
ahead to
money
rub
then?
it in his face.
Who will control the money?
Now, here's the thing.
Who will control the money?
The My money is my money. His money is his money.
You see?
Wait,
You
hold on.
see?
Hold on.
Brothers,
Just hear
brothers,
me out. Hear me out.
brothers,
Hear
brothers.
me
Listen
out.
to what
Hear
she
me
just
out.
said. We're gonna
Hear
hear her
me
out. Go ahead,
out.
go ahead.
Just hear me out
I'm gonna hear
first,
you out.
please. Hear me out.
Pay attention, brothers.
What belongs what belongs to my husband? Like, everyone believe that general saying that whatever belongs to your husband is yours, whatever belongs to you is your husband. I feel okay. At the end of the month, we come together, we sit down, we look at this, we create a plan, a financial plan for the family. We have a vacation plan, we have a saving plan, we have home keeping plan. So at the end of the day, you bring your salary, I bring my salary. We divide equally into all these saving plans. Whatever is left, you do whatever you want to do with what is left out of the money we've brought into the family saving plans.
Mm.
So now, out of my money, I can decide to buy my husband, let me say, a car or a gift, like, just to make him happy. And because I
Can,
know
can,
that
can he can he take your money by him own self his car?
if my husband wants to take
Yes
my
or no?
money
Yes
and
or
get
no?
something
Yes
for
or no?
himself, I would gladly give to him.
I didn't say gift. I didn't
What
say
will I
gift.
gain from
I didn't
keeping
say
all the
gift.
money to myself
I
when my
said,
husband
hey,
is in need?
she has this amount of money in the bank, so you know what? I want me a new car, so let me take this money out of her account, go buy me a new car.
Firstly, we have to discuss about that.
Why? He's the
If the
man.
money was meant for
Why should he
something
have to
very
discuss when
important,
he's
it's
the
not
man?
going nowhere.
He's the man, so why should he have to discuss with you?
Because it's my money. I worked for it.
Again, it's your money. But when you're married, no, let me show you what you're saying. When you're married and a female's making less than a man, it's our money. But the minute that a female is making more than a man, then it's my money and that's your money. You see the difference? No, because you know well, if you went and married a multimillionaire, you went and married DeVito or whoever, and you were in school and things ain't work out for you, you didn't get a job. DeVito seen you like, I want to make this my wife. You're not going to
I
say
did not. I did not
you're not going
say
to say to
it.
DeVito, hey, this is my little bit of money and that's your multi-millions of dollars over there. So that's not mine, but that's your. You see what I'm saying? When the man is a
I,
breadwinner, it's the family's money. When the woman is a breadwinner, it's her money and his money. It doesn't work like that.
No, no,
No, it
you're
can't work
getting
like
me
that.
wrong. You Okay? Hold on, you're getting me wrong. I said what I
It's
said
your
earlier
word.
was we have a family savings, like the
No, you
family
said
saving are
your
divided
money.
into categories.
You said
After we
your
bring
money.
this money into your whatever okay, if my husband is in need, let me say, okay, God forbid it is in an accident, you get, and I have the money to pay the hospital bill. Why would I keep it to myself? My husband is in need of the
Is it
money, I give it
is
to
it his
him.
money too? The money you make, is it his money also?
It's his money because his is
Is it his
also
money
mine.
also?
Yes.
Okay. That's not what you said at first. That's not what you've been saying for the last hour.
I said it that whatever is
No.
mine belongs to my husband, and whatever belongs to my husband belongs to me as well,
No, what you're saying is whatever your husband has belongs to you, and whatever he has belongs to you also.
including
That's
the
like
money.
what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. That's what you're basically saying. That's what you're saying.
Okay, let me get this across. Most men feel entitled to their women's money if their women earn more than them. First of all, let's erase that mentality out of the road. You don't have to feel entitled to your woman's money if she makes twice what you make.
How
It's
about you
just you
feel
have to
entitled
work
to being an
harder,
authority
get
over
a
the
side
household?
hustle, get an extra business, work harder to make more than what she makes. If you know you
How about
feel
if I want to?
intimidated
How
by
about if
her
I want to take your
finances.
money and invest it in something else so that I can make more money? How about that?
No problem. As far as you invest in it in a profitable business or in profitable platform, whatever investment you want to do, no problem. Because one way or the other, the money will still come back to the family, and we will all consume the money. So it's all ours.
You say that now. You're saying that now. You're saying that now. At the end of the day, let's get back to the discussion. If your husband,
Okay.
if you had to choose, do you have somebody in mind to marry right now?
And no,
Um, if that man came to you, he was a black American, would you say yes or would you say no?
like if someone comes to me to marry me and is a black American,
Equally, whatever his status is in America, the same status as the Nigerian status is in Nigeria. They have equal status according to their countries. So
okay.
if both came to you with a proposal today, so happiness, you're beautiful, you're a smart girl. I know you're about to be a scientist. There's many things that we could do together. Have a great family. Um, happiness. I know this is unexpected, but here you are. My ring to you. Get on one knee. Happiness. Will you marry me?
Okay,
And
not
you got
because you're promising me a flashy future, I'll just
no,
jump
no.
into agreeing to
Nobody
marry
said
you.
nothing
Nah.
about flashy future. I said both men are equally on the same plateau according to country, according to Black America and America, according to Nigeria and Nigeria. Let's say middle class, middle class. Most people, well, not even most people, but people who have the ability to do things are middle class and up, say upper middle class. So both are upper middle class. Both have a nice house, nice cars, whatever. Both men proposed to you on the same day, not knowing that you knew the other. Which one would you go for?
Um, as funny as it may sound, it might end up being none of them.
Why's that?
Okay. Are we talking about this based on the love factor, friendship factor, like all box are tick when it comes to marriage?
Excuse me?
Like what we're talking about right now, are we talking about are we talking about it based on love factor, friendship factor, like
Man,
all
forget
the
love.
all the boxes before marriage
Stop
are
talking about
being
this love
ticked?
factor. Stop
No,
talking
I'm
about this.
just asking, so I'll know
Love
I'll
factor
give my
doesn't matter.
answer.
Love factor doesn't matter because love has nothing to do with
Wow.
lasting
Wow.
relationships. Love builds. You have to build love. The one thing
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this: the one thing y'all young ones call love is lust, and that's why
I
you
know.
find yourself. That's why you find yourself with a new one with the same feelings all over again after you went through the boo hoo hoo crying this that, and the other, because love doesn't die. Love is continually building, and it starts small and it builds large. That's love. You're talking about lust. So, in order to have true love, you have to find someone who is compatible with you that you can move in the same direction with. And y'all continually grow in love. When you see those who are 80, 90 years old and they've been together for 50, 60, 70 years, when you talk to them, they wasn't the ones who said, oh, it was a love at first sight. I was head over heels. No, they had an understanding.
I wasn't talking about love at first sight. Like I was asking if
Were your
all the
parents, were your
boxes
parents,
that lead down to marriage
were
are
your,
ticked.
were your parents head over heels
Like
and
there's a
love with
check
each
on
other?
all the boxes.
It's no, it's no checking off all the boxes with any relationships.
Why would I want to marry
All right,
someone that I
check
don't
off
even
the boxes.
feel safe with?
Listen to this. Listen to this. When people fall what you call in love, why do y'all continually break up and go to new relationships if it was so-called love? If all the boxes were checked, why doesn't it last?
I can't really answer that because so many people
And
have
I'm
their
trying to
reasons of
tell you,
breaking up.
there's no such thing as checking all the boxes in the first place.
No, like okay, back the question you asked was
I
if
asked you a
a
question.
black American, yeah, you understand the question. Now I was asking, like before I give my reply, I was asking you if we're talking about this
All
based on
things
the
being
fact that
equal. All things being equal. Whatever you want to bring up, all things being equal.
okay,
You equally feel
fine,
for the Black American, you equally feel for the Nigerian.
that was what I was asking.
All right. Now an answer. You equally feel for them both.
Okay, so who would I
Oh.
go for? Who would I go for? Who would I go for? First of all, I want to consider so many things. Like I just have to put all my cards on the table when it comes to votes. Am I the type of person that sees myself with a black American? Maybe. If yes, I would go for a black American. Am I the type of person that sees myself being with a Nigerian based on the fact that I'm a Nigerian? If I'm that kind of person, then yes, I'll go with the Nigerian. It depends on who I
I'm gonna
want
go
to
back to
be
the
with.
question. All things being equal. So there's no differentiating, oh, maybe this one have this or this one. No. All things being equal.
Yeah, all things being equal. Now it
100%,
comes
that's
down to
100%.
people's
They all have the very
preferences.
same qualities, same look, same everything. You have to choose one. Which one are you choosing?
That's what I'm trying to say. It boils down to the person's
You don't
preference.
want to
Does the
answer
person
basically.
prefer a black American to a
This
Nigerian, or a
this
Nigerian
this
to a
thing
black
I don't want
American?
to answer because I don't want to miss out on a proposal from a handsome well-to-do Nigerian who might come to me seeing this, and I don't want to pass off a black American who's well-to-do who might be seeing it. I get that. Just say that. Say that
Okay, okay,
say that I'm
okay.
open
If
to either. Say that I'm open. That's the easiest
okay,
answer
no,
for you. Just say I'm open
you're
to either.
directing the question to me, right? You're directing the question to me. With all atom of sincerity, I've always envisioned myself being with a black American. Like I always envision myself being that way. Now, not just because it's a black American, like he has everything I want, but no, if I find the personalities I need in my man in a black American, why won't I go for him? If I find everything I want in my man in someone that is of a different race from Nigeria, I would definitely be with the person. I don't have to like circle my whole life around Nigeria and Nigerian men. No, I don't have to do that.
All right. So,
There are so many
fellas,
Nigerian women that marry
I'm gonna clean it up for
Americans,
you. I'm gonna
white,
clean it up
black,
for you,
whatever.
fellas. Was she saying that if I found somebody according to the character of a man that I desire, no matter what race he is, I would be willing to marry him.
Yeah,
But I,
100%.
if I had my own choice, it would be a black American with those qualities. But if I found another man, it wouldn't matter once I married him. That's what she's saying. So now you're free to marry anybody that you want. So again, if you're saying that, that means that Nigerians don't hate black Americans.
No, we
So
don't. That was what I said right from the
why
beginning.
do you think black Americans are so aggressively hateful to Nigerians?
I aggressively hateful to Nigerians. I can't really say that black Americans are like wait, what did you say just now? Sorry.
I said, why do you think black Americans are so aggressive and hateful to Nigerians or African immigrants? Well, you can't speak really on immigrants. It's towards Africans.
Well, I feel okay, initially I said we Nigerians we feel insecure when it comes to the black American. But to some extent I kind of see that the black Americans see we Nigerians as threat.
As a
Seriously.
threat.
Based on what is going on the social media and everywhere, I just feel they see us as a threat to them. Like the black race is coming over to take over their whole race. That is what I feel.
So you feel that black Americans feel that Nigerians and other Africans are a threat because they're coming over to America to take over the whole race.
That is what I feel like based on what we see on the social media now. That's their fear. But it's
Social
not
media, real
actually
life.
what's going
It's not
on.
real life, but it gives us a perspective. So I get you. Okay, let me answer that. Black Americans don't fear that at all. The only thing that I think their problem was is that a lot of Nigerians come over there with a different type of attitude as they think they're better because they made it to America. And they be like, oh,
That's true.
yeah, oh, Obi, why are these black Americans so lazy? Why don't they have jobs? Why don't they have businesses? What is going on? What is going on? They've been here for 400 years. They've been here for 400 years, Obelli. Obelli, why are these black Americans so damn lazy? How they say, cut us. Why they cut us so goddamn lazy? I can't understand it. We come over here, we get business. We get business, man. We get business. And we do business. We do business. We do business. And they
We
just
don't
sit
sound
home.
nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm bad at it, but you get it.
Guys, you're really bad at it.
But believe it or not, I get eviscerated on Twitter all day, every day, because black Americans say that I'm not black American, that I'm an African immigrant because my accent, because I don't talk like I'm from my South Philly native city. I don't talk like or sound like I'm from America because my accent. And the funny thing is, I've been living in Nigeria and Ghana for 13 years. And I've
Wow.
traveled, yeah, I'll be back there in a couple of months. And I've traveled many different places. So as you travel and you pick up different languages and different terminologies and so forth, your accent can change. It happens. 13 years ago, I didn't sound like this. This wasn't my accent at all. But it happens. I don't control it. That's your surroundings. Again, black Americans, there are different classifications. But what we see on Twitter and social media, as you said, the majority of them are upset at a lot of Africans come over here and get political positions over black Americans. Because white people are quick to pit immigrants over positions over black people because they know that y'all people are more harmless than we are as far as our ideology and how we know. We know white people more than you guys will ever know. You understand that?
Yeah.
As I was talking to my other wife last night, you guys need to understand the reason why you're able to come to America is because of us. Back in the 60s is when, through the King, through the Huey P. Newtons and all that, the Black Panthers and the Malcolm X's, they were fighting in the civil rights era to allow Africans, especially West Africans, to come over to America. Because at that particular time, y'all were not allowed to come there. The only thing America was doing was bringing the people of European descent from UK, France, Spain, and all that over to America to build up their numbers against black Americans, because black Americans were growing. That's where the sabotage with the crack epidemic, the guns and the drugs and all that came into play to delete our numbers. So in response, black Americans was on this war path to get our African brothers and sisters over there. And they fought tooth and nail. And they broke the backs of the government to finally allow y'all guys to come over there. So now that our ancestors have done that, that's why a lot of black Americans get upset that you guys come over there and you turn your nose up at black Americans and think that we're all fit in one place. You know, the first thing when I came to Ghana, even Nigeria, they thought I was a thug. Now, I was what I was at a young age. I chased girls. I did things, but I was never so-called thug or anything like that. They thought that's who I was because I was a black American, because that's all they
Okay,
seen on
can I ask
TV.
you a question? You came to Nigeria or Ghana like as
I
a
came to
black
Ghana in
American from
2011.
birth?
I came to Ghana in the beginning of 2011. 2013 is when I moved to Nigeria. That's when I was living just past Lucky Phase 1. I moved back to Ghana.
Okay.
And back in 2016, I wound up moving back to Nigeria, but I moved to Icordo, right off on Bollington Road, over there by High Street. So I was living there for about a year and a half. Then I went back to Ghana again. So basically, I was back and forth. But
Okay, can I let me ask you that
go ahead.
question? Okay, I would not say experience, but by chance, have you happened to see like the life of hardship most Nigerians go through?
Yes, I do.
I wouldn't. You've happened to see that. Okay, so if someone that is born into poverty has struggled so hard his entire life to make a living for himself and his family, and the only way he can do that is by going overseas to find greener pasture. Now it gets there. Okay, let me say let me use education, like to get education, proper education as an example, because okay, for a perfect example, currently now, ASU is on strike. The academic
Right.
student union of Nigerian universities are on strike. Now, so many students are at home wasting away their time, whiling away their time. Those people, other people that were able to get into business are flourishing and whatever. But those that are at home are being frustrated. Now they look at it, they're like, okay, how about I apply for a scholarship abroad? And I know that there's no strike abroad. The schooling system is wonderful. I get a first hand education, though our education system in Nigeria to some extent is also good. We get the general knowledge we are
Yeah, I
expected
agree.
to
I
get
agree.
from the
Go ahead.
university. Now, the person is opportune to get this scholarship to go study abroad. Now he goes abroad with the mindset of, I need to study hard, I need to work hard, I need to get a degree, I need to get a good job that can pay me enough to come home and take care of my family.
Hmm.
Now, when a black American sees the person working hard with not knowing what is in the mind of this black man that came to America, he doesn't know the problems this man is thinking about solving. He's just seeing the person's hard work as a threat to him. Like I feel that is just basically what is wrong with black Americans. They just have this general mentality that the black are just going to come over here and take over their political system, their whole life, and turn everything upside down. No, most people go abroad, but the mindset of working hard, striving to become better, to come home and save their family from the poverty they grew up in, the hardship. Like they just want to make sure they take their family out of that hardship. So I don't see why black Americans will feel threatened by the blacks. I don't just
Okay.
see it. You don't know
I'm
what
gonna
is going through the person's mind.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. I have some brothers over here that are close to me. My second best friend is from Haiti. Um, Somebody who's also close to me is from Ghana. I get that.
Okay.
I get that. So they come over here, they work hard, they harder working just about anybody else. So I get all that. And I get that black Americans don't see the hard work that goes into it. That's just like when people see what I have, they like, oh, this, that, and the other, or you're not sharing your wealth, you're not sharing this, you're not sharing. They don't understand the hard work that I do every day. I can sit over here and bullshit sometimes, but the work that I have to do, when I say that I have to work extra hard, 10 times overdrive than what everybody else, my peers are doing, and then they say, well, why are you not sharing
Yes.
your wealth? They don't understand what I got to do to even get to this point. I get that, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Devil's advocate meaning not that I agree with it. I'm going to play it. This is what is going to be a response to this video. They're going to be like, they call you fleers. They say, you got to flee your country just to come here and eat off what we did. So we're going to call you tethers. And since you're eating off here, let me go back to that. They're going to say you fled your country to eat off black America for the work that black Americans put in, and you ain't giving nothing back. Also with that, they're going to say, why don't you make your own country great instead of coming here? You already answered that. So you answered that. So I'm not going to go back to that. The other thing is, they're going to go into the Tariq Nasheed thing, the government. Won't y'all correct y'all government? That they call it government, but they say government because they make fun of y'all accent. It's the government. The government. So they, blacks love to tease people. We do that with each other.
Yeah.
So I want the one thing I wouldn't take too seriously when black people tease you. We do that with each other. We tease people all that. That's
Yeah,
just
we do
our
a
nature.
lot.
Sometimes black Africans take it to heart and they start getting mad. That's part of our culture. They would say, why don't y'all just sit there and fix your government? You already answered that also. But they would say, okay, if you came here to America to greener pastures and to fix what you have over home, why is it that many of y'all never go back home and fix that instead of staying here in America? It's a good question. It's a good question.
Okay. I would use the company I did my industrial training at as an example. I did my industrial training at a company in Abuja. and it's owned by an Indian. This man has been in Nigeria since 1978. He's been in Nigeria. There are three brothers, Indians. They left their country, came to Nigeria, and built a huge establishment that I think almost all the science bodies in Nigeria partner with them, and they don't go back, like they don't want to return back home. They've created a family. Now they even go as far as bringing other Indians to Nigeria, and they've established their base here in Nigeria, in Abuja, a lot of them. Now you're asking me, why do we Nigerians come over to America and refuse to go back home? Now I'm going to still ask the same question: why do these Indians come to Nigeria, make all this wealth, and rather instead of
Chinese
going
too. The
back home,
Chinese too.
they stay back and send it back, and they send money back home for those at home to, like, establish themselves, but they don't want to go back home. It's not as if these people don't want to come. It's just like you, like, how would I put this? It's just like someone that's eating should I use pizza or something? I don't really know which good example this would go. Okay, it's just like you eating a very good meal. Like me, I love eating there's a native soup we have, afang soup. I love eating afang soup, and I'm being served afang soup with okra soup, which I don't like at all. I wouldn't leave the afang to eat okra, never. I will, even if I'm being served afang from Monday to Sunday, I would keep eating it because it's what I like. Now you don't expect a Nigerian that have been going through poverty all his life. Now he comes abroad, he sees the luxury of life. What has been his prayer point for over 30 years? He's living the life. You now expect him to, like, abandon all that and come back to Nigeria to come and, like, continue
So,
wallowing in that poverty.
so where do self-sacrifice comes in at? Where do it come to a time that, you know what, we made it here in America, we made a good living. Let's take what we made and let's build up Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria a place that our people could be proud of. Because Putin said this too, and Putin is, I shouldn't say this because it go on YouTube, and I know how they already just damn near banned me from mentioning his name. But it's been said, that's the problem with Africa, that those who go overseas and do well, the problem with Africa is they don't come back to help Africa grow as fast. So
I would say
there has to be
don't
some type of transformation in the culture, the mindset, that everybody can't stay and leave everybody else in poverty. And I'm not saying that everybody else in poverty. We know Africa has so many rich people, so many paid people, but the number of people is what is a problem when we talk about poverty. There's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of rich people, even in Ghana, where I live. I live in a neighborhood in Ghana. Those people have more money than most Black Americans could ever think of having, even more money than me. But I live in a neighborhood. So I'm not saying that everybody's in poverty, but I'm saying that when those who do make it, it's like me going back to Ghana, eating off the resources in Ghana, and making millions of dollars, becoming a multi-millionaire soon, off the kente and the textiles. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? I could live in Ghana and I could still reside in Ghana, but I'm still going to travel back and forth, or travel enough that I could go buy properties back in the U.S. and Black communities and say, hey, I want you guys to run this. I'm going to buy this piece of shop. I want you to run this. I'm going to buy this cleaners. And I want it to be ran and conducted in a way that we get the best service, the best experience, the best everything, so that we can build back up the reputation of our people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but in general, life is both. We have two sides to life, good and bad. We have two sides to people. They just, like, forget about everything. I see them to be greedy. Like greed is just their whole embodiment is just full of greed. How can you have the mindset of going abroad, making it, and wanting to come back to, like, make your family better, like build your family better, like create a business that will pick hundred or thousands of youths off the street, and now you go abroad, you see the luxury life there, then you forget about the whole dream and vision you came abroad with. That's greed. But there are still people that go abroad, that travel out, make it big, and still come back to assist. They still, not like they're moving their whole business from US down to Nigeria, not as if they're moving their whole company and enterprise from UK down to Nigeria. No, the root of their business is based in the foreign country, but yet they still come back to establish little branches that can create a job employment for other people.
That's
It's
what
just
they're
like,
supposed
come on,
to.
you,
That's
you
what
can
I'm
never be a
asking.
successful man if you don't show proof of the people you've helped build. You need to
And
build people, you need to raise people alongside you if you want to prove you're successful in life.
you're absolutely right on
So
that. And that's a very pinnacle in my life that I'm at right now, to complete what I'm doing, to show my fellow people that I'm successful what I'm doing. So yeah, I have a leg to stand on, and what I'm bringing to you guys, in order that you could follow suit, and I'm being an example for you, you take and follow, and you know that I'm not going to lead you astray, because I've shown the ability to succeed at what it is that I say. I get that. I understand that. So we're going to lead with the fact that I, I don't think I don't think Africans necessarily hate Black Americans. I think more so than anything, there's a misunderstanding or a lot of ignorance more than it is arrogance. A lot of people don't know, because when I came to Africa, people sort of understand who I was, but the way some people would say that I look mean, especially like 10 years ago, the way that I used to walk, broad, muscular, Black American, walking through the streets with a white beater and tattoos all over. A lot of people, as you know, they will be afraid of that. But the minute they started talking to me, they're like, "Oh man, it's like the coolest guy in the world." And
yeah, one thing about we Africans, we're quick to judge based on the out
yep,
appearance of the
yeah.
person.
But I think that's fading away. I think that's fading away.
Yeah,
But
it's beginning to fade away because most people, like, they begin to get more exposure and their mind is becoming open, and
some
like
good,
their mind
some
is
bad.
becoming open to
Some
new
pretty good, some bad.
information and new experiences.
So you're gonna marry a Black American, right? All right. Um, Before we go, the titles has something to do with Chad. I want to get your opinion on this. The country Chad in Africa. Um, they're saying that now for children from 14 years and up, that if a man come and propose to them and they deny the proposal or turn it down, they're going to be fined. I think it's $23 for the females and $14 US dollars for the boys. What do you think?
Are they by chance like legally trying to approve child abuse? Because that
Basically,
is absurd.
that's what you believe it is? Legal child abuse?
Yes, it's absurd. Like a 14-year-old child that can currently, right now, 14-year-old children can barely differentiate their right from their left.
But like I said, they're saying if they turn it down, that they have to pay a fine.
That's child abuse. And
What,
I think like it's so absurd. It's child abuse. It's so absurd.
so what do you have for the
They
message
should
of the country of Chad?
I I just want to say they should allow these children, especially young girls, 14 years, to like live their life, like let them grow. Give them the opportunity to just experience life a little before you bring them into marriage. Like, come on. I wouldn't wish it for my worst enemy to I would not wish it upon my worst enemy. Just I can't even imagine like a 14-year-old girl
All right. Yeah, I agree. I
being
agree.
forced
Let's
into
talk about, let's,
marriage
let's say a
is
25-year-old woman. What about a 25-year-old woman? What do you think?
she's up to the age of making decisions for herself. Like she knows it's full-time responsibility to be a married woman, and if she wants to get into it, she can get into it. She's up to the age to make those kind of decisions for herself. But you can't tell me that a 14-year-old girl can make choices when it comes to family issues. decisions when it comes to family issues. Come on.
Oh,
Okay,
do
if
you
you
think
for
so you're saying that the 25-year-old should be fine?
no, that's like legally an adult age to get married. Like you're legally up to the age of getting married.
Basically, they say, me, Steven, come to you, happiness. Me and Chad, I say, happiness. Um, you're 22. I want to marry you. And if you turn it down, I'm going to report you to the government. And if they find out that you turned down my proposal, you're going to have to pay $23, a $23 fee, which people in Chad probably don't have. And that's probably a whole month or two worth of income.
Let me get this straight. The proposal, is it like a stranger I know nothing about walks up to me and like, I want to marry you?
I'm sure
Like,
it's
is that
not
the kind of
that. I'm sure
proposal?
it's not that. I'm gonna read into it more. That's why I put it at the end because
Okay.
I've seen the
If it's
article.
someone that if
Yeah,
it's someone that is my friend, I like I've always okay, let me not use the word love. To some extent, I've admired this person and I've seen it that I can actually make a family with this person. Why would I turn the proposal down? Firstly, I'm 22 and I'm up to the age of getting married, or yeah, it's I think from 18 years and above. Yeah, I'm up to the age of getting married. So why would I turn the proposal down? It's I won't do that. But come on, 14-year-old, it's not possible. They shouldn't even think about it. They should not.
yeah. I'm not saying that
I
if
will advise every
if
female, in fact, every young adult in America, they should like come out and protest against that. They should protest against that. I advise for a protest.
so you said everybody in America to come protest. So now you
Yes.
want Black
In fact,
Americans have to come out and
the
protest.
whole world should protest against that. In fact, all women in the world should protest
No,
against
but
that.
it's funny that you pointed out Black Americans first. That's like you're saying that whenever Black Americans protest against something, the whole world listens.
No, I didn't say black Americans. I said all women, like both
No, before
blacks,
that you said
Nigerians,
Black
Africans,
Americans.
Caucasians. We should all
Now
come
you're
out
saying
and protest because
Caucasians.
if most of the
Now
things that
you're gonna
happen
say
in the world is
Blasians.
like no, like most country they copy a lot. When once this is approved in Chad, you will notice that another country will pick it up. And that is how it will start spreading like a wildfire. Before you know it will get down to America, it will get down to UK. Africans will adopt it and they'll be like it's compulsory.
Yeah, I
All
don't think it.
14-year-old
I
women
don't
should
think
get
what
married.
goes on in Africa comes down to America. I mean, to be honest, as much shit as I talk, Black Americans hold a strong hold in the country as far as the moral values. That's why, even like white America is trying to make child what is it? I don't want to say the words that's going to get me banned, but child,
Please
you know
don't.
what? Legal. You got people who of the other class or other people who are committing these acts, and some just getting probation. So a lot of these people trying to put that, but Black Americans fight against the moral code for the United States. Without Black Americans, the United States has no moral code. They're they're already corrupt, but it's completely fallen and corrupt. But that's what I say about my own people. But I get you. I understand. I agree with you on that. That should not be in place. It should be banned. And that's
The
sickness.
issue
And
like
there are things in
totally should
Africa
be banned.
that it has to be done away with completely. And this is one of them. There are things to hold on to, but this is one of those things. And whatever African countries about this child marriage has to be done away with for good. And people who try to attempt to put it in place should be thrown in prison.
Life imprisonment. I agree.
I agree with that. Anything that has to do with child abuse, life in prison. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So we in agreement on that. So we can agree on that. When you having your first kid?
Sorry?
When you having your first kid?
Well, I don't know yet. I can't just tell you like 24, 25. No, I don't know yet.
I'm just messing with you.
But sincerely,
Just
I
make me
want it to be
godfather.
at 24.
Just make sure I'm godfather.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah. When the time come,
You coming down? You coming down when we have the live show in Nigeria this year to Lagos?
in Lagos or Abuja.
No, I'm in Lagos.
Lagos,
Near
Lagos,
Lekki.
Lagos, Lagos. Well, it depends. If I'm not busy around that time, it depends though. I can't just say I can be up and going. No, not yet.
Just keep an open mind. I'll ask Jenny about it and let her keep you up to date. And I'm gonna get as many people for the live show as possible. Over there at the
Okay.
hotel over there. Look, man, it's been a wonderful conversation, man. I appreciate you calling in. Like you said, this is the second time since calling in since April. I have no idea about that episode, but when I have time, I might look some stuff over and see you again. But I appreciate you calling. It was a good conversation.
Thank you. I had fun and the
All
conversation was enjoyable.
right, take care, happiness.
Yeah, thanks. See you next time.
All right, see you next time.
Bye.
All right, it's been close to 2 hours. We was gonna bring some other people on, but I see you guys. I know it's getting late for you guys over there in the West Africans, Atlanta, West Africa. All right, look, we got a whole lot of people in here. Look, I thank you guys. I appreciate you. Y'all check in every Friday night. Y'all guys keep making it live here on the IG Live show. Y'all make it live. The subscribers are going up after we got banned. Y'all blew it up to almost 7,000 followers just in a matter of a few months. Y'all blew this thing up to almost 7,000 in a matter of a few months while we got back on queue. I appreciate y'all guys. We're going to keep doing this. Make sure, as I always say, follow. Make sure you guys visit the YouTube, hit over there. If you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, you can always hit me up at Twitter. I'm going to start dropping that in the description box because I got a new Twitter now. And so for that, I think we're going to do this tomorrow. Because the wives wanted to come on, but it's getting a little late, so we're going to bring everybody back on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to do this around the same time. So I'll make the post tomorrow afternoon to give you the exact time. So we're going to do this with the wives tomorrow. And we're going to get a little further in detail, man. We're going to talk about how do Africans see marriage with Black Americans, why they will and why they won't. So we're going to hear from the wives directly. And we have some I can't even say the word. We have some deep conversations. So I think we're going to bring that to y'all tomorrow night. So y'all stay tuned. And again, IG, thank you guys. I love you guys. Continue to do what you do. Continue to show up here. Yeah, I know it's already late. She's telling me, Mom, one in Nigeria, like it's already late. I just said it's late. So I said we're gonna do it and complete this tomorrow night. All right, guys, we gotta get out of here. Once again, thank you, Happiness, for coming on. That was a good hour and a half interview. And once again, we'll finish up the other interviews tomorrow night. All right, peace out, everybody. Love you guys. Night, night. Night, night, nigga. Night, night.